Years ago when I met Grace, I realized she was a special child. Grace just struck me as an amazing kid. She was different from the others because rain, shine, mud, sleet, hail, it didn't matter. She always showed up. She always had a smile on her face. She was always ready and willing to learn and to work. But I knew that she struggled with some of her disabilities. She would never let you know that. She was always willing to try and jump in with the other kids.
She started riding when she was 7 years old at a program called Saddle Up for children with special needs. Because of that, she was eligible to ride at Saddle Up. She started 10 years ago now. She had more potential than they had first thought, so they coupled her with one of the founders of Saddle Up, Lynn Evans.
I first started teaching her. I knew from the very beginning that she had a wonderful feel, a very good seat, and I just knew that she was going to be a good rider. And I also saw her enthusiasm and her love of the horses, and that's what makes a good rider.
From being so inspired by Grace, I approached Teresa Jekyll, the founder of Ferro Fortuna. Teresa was inspired by Grace's story as well. Ferro Fortuna decided to sponsor Grace's trip to New York for the Dressage Festival. Here was this young girl who needed the support financially to get to a competition in New York that was the end-all competitions for young riders in dressage. We're at the showgrounds and the show has begun. There's hundreds of riders. The competition is stiff. And Grace has never been to a competitive field such as this where the riders are really well schooled. It was an international market. Well, Grace went in, won her first class. Confidence up a notch. The next day, Grace goes in, wins another class, up another notch. At the end of the festival, Grace wins the grand champion of the whole festival. It was amazing. It was so incredible. Again, there's this kid from Tennessee, first competitor from Tennessee to ever go to this festival, and just cleans up, wins everything, wins the grand champion, and it's Grace Gregory, the Ferro Fortuna sponsored rider. Unbelievable.
She walked up to the podium and they gave her, as her prize, a beautiful medal that looks like an Olympic medal and this brand new saddle with all the fittings for her horse. It was unbelievable. We were just so humbled and so, I can't explain the emotions that we all had. It was, I think my mouth was on the ground for hours.
When we got back to Nashville, we had to take a deep breath because there was so much excitement from New York and so much buzz in the air that we need to know what the next goal was. We were coming off of this high, and Grace, as an up-and-coming rider, needed something else to focus forward because to compete at that level, she was on a borrowed horse in New York, and to compete on that level consistently, she needed a little bit more than what she had. Teresa Jekyll stepped forward and said, let's get Grace a horse that she can be competitive on. I thought, are you kidding me? This is amazing. This was an opportunity now of a lifetime. This was something that most kids only dream of, and here we were making a dream come true. We knew it had to be a special horse because it was going to have to bond with Grace, and we found it at Denise Rath's farm. It's an Oldenburg Hanoverian cross mare, 6 years old, 15 two hands, and perfect. Just adorable. This was a horse for Grace. Grace and La Tatiana are now competing and showing and working their way to the top.
My name's Grace. I work out here at Saddle Up. This is where I started riding when I was 7, about 10 years ago. And now I'm a leader assistant working here 8 hours every Wednesday. It's just great to give them something back for all the stuff they've done for me.
Grace Gregory is an amazing story and is one that has inspired so many people, myself included.
I wouldn't be where I am, like riding-wise, if it wasn't for the foundation. They've really helped me reach my dream. I've always wanted to have a horse that could do a lot more, and a horse that's willing, and it's really great to have that. And I think other kids, you know, even if they don't want their own horse, but to just ride a few times, it's a great opportunity for everyone to ride and just to get to know horses and people and their relationship.
I've learned from Grace that dedication, hard work, perseverance, patience, and belief that anything is possible, and that her dreams are becoming true. And with Ferro Fortuna, we're able to help Grace and lots of others that are like Grace that need their horse dreams to come true.